Welcome back. And in our top business story, the UAE's non-oil trade stood at 1.3 trillion dirhams in 2011, compared to 1.1 trillion the previous year, according to the Federal Customs Authority. The growth represents an 18.2% rise, and according to news agency WAM, the authority stated that the total UAE non-oil foreign trade increased to 927.7 billion dirhams during the year, while the value of free zones trade increased to 367.7 billion dirhams, of which 212.5 billion dirhams was value of imports, and 145.2 billion dirhams was the value of exports and re-exports. The MENA region is becoming an important player in the military hardware market, according to a report by Al Masar Capital. The report reveals that emerging economies are showing growth in military investments. Asia and India raised their investment to $40 billion, while China upped its spending to $106 billion, leading the global shopping spree for armoured vehicles, artillery, fourth-generation jet fighters and protective missile systems. Countries such as Brazil, Russia and South Africa also show a considerable rise in military spending. The MENA region accounts for 5.5% of the total military spending worldwide, with significant investments towards air power.
Saudi Arabia is a top spender regionally. In 2010, they spent about $45 billion, and that puts them in seventh place with Germany, actually, at the same level as Germany. As for the UAE, it comes in the second spender regionally, basically, around 11 or $16 billion actually in 2010. And of course, the growth in spending is continues, year by year, commensurate with long-term plans. The main supplier is by far dominant is the US. It supplies about 44% of imports, and this is a result mainly of the fact that the US imports are aircraft. Other countries like Russia, France, Germany supply the region as well, but mostly in armored vehicles and other artillery.
According to the alternative asset management company, this is another area of economic diversification that could engage the private sector and lead to the creation of jobs. It is expected that in the coming years, maintenance, supply of ammunition, spare parts, as well as repair and the overhaul of systems will be a lucrative spin-off in the military supermarket.
There is a company, for example, in Abu Dhabi called the Abu Dhabi Shipbuilding Company, which is publicly listed. This is one example of allowing private investors into that field of business. And the new enterprises they started in terms of building firearms and ammunition, these also have some private sector involvement, which is very encouraging, really, because it can be a lucrative business in this region, especially if Abu Dhabi or the UAE positions itself as a distributor for the region. And we are already seeing that. We are seeing orders from regional governments into these companies, which will definitely help them grow and prosper.
And let's now take a look at the stock indices across the GCC.